If you suffer with the slices, you might need to be aware of where you're following through, not of anything else, not of your backswing, not of your downswing. You might need to be aware of where you're following through. Usually what tends to happen when you slice is, we've all heard it, we come over the top, we come down really steep and choppy on top of the golf ball. But then the problem is trying to fix it. And especially trying to fix your downswing, even if you've got into a perfect position on the top, if you're trying to fix your downswing, that's going to be a big struggle. We're going to really struggling because you can't see where the golf club is on the way down. We can see the only bit of feedback we've got is where that golf ball goes. And usually if we feel like we've done it, we feel like we've got that club where it should be, and it still goes to the right, that leads to even more frustration. So here's a little tip for you then. Be aware of where you're following through. So when you cut across the golf ball, when we hit that big slicer, pulls or slices, both the same. But we need to make sure what happens is when we do slice it or pull it, what tends to happen on the way through is that club exits very low and very left. So the club goes around us and finishes very, very low. What I want you to do, and especially as I say, if you slice it, be more aware of where we're following through. And what I want you to try and do here is feel like you're finishing with the club very, very high. Almost feel like it's pointing up towards the sky, okay? Because the problem is if we finish very low and around, even if we're getting that club on plane, that shaft beautifully shallow, we can still slice it if we are exiting very low and very left. So I've got this little smash bag here just to give me some indication of where my club is going. So I want to make sure I'm swinging away from that smash bag to finish nice and high. And here's the difficulty in this. It's going to be a bit of a brain tingler, as it were. We're seeing that ball going right. We're used to seeing that ball going right for a lot of golfers. So we're trying to feel like we're swinging high and out to the right. That's a struggle. That is a struggle. But once you get over that fact, and you start seeing that ball, if anything, curving back to target, then we'll start trusting it. Then we'll start thinking, oh yeah, that does. Finishing like this does make that ball curve up the other way, curve over towards the target, makes it tilt over to that left-hand side. Because if we finish low and around, that's going to be a massive, massive struggle to keep control of that golf ball. We certainly can't hit draw shots from there. So what I want you to try and do is feel like you're finishing very, very high as opposed to finishing around and low on the way through. Even then, I just clipped that bag on the way through. But we still hit much more of a draw shot towards that target. Starting right, curving to left. And that's what we need to do. So make sure, be aware of where your follow-through position is. If you're slicing it. If you want it high, that's Drawsville. If you go low and around, Sliceville. Hope this helps. Let me know how you get on.